Hey everybody, welcome. I am Allie Bloyd, and today I'm going to be covering some video marketing strategies and how you can use them in your business. This is a really exciting training today. I'm actually doing a group training for some of my students right now. So if you see me looking at a few different cameras, that's because you're not the only ones watching today, but hopefully you can get a lot out of this. I know personally video has been really, really great for all of the online marketing that I've done. And so today we're just going to be covering why video matters, how you can use it, some of the ways you can produce it to make it really high quality without having to spend a lot of time or money doing that. So let's go ahead and get started. Video is the #1 consumed medium on social media platforms. However, a ton of businesses are not using it. And the big question is why? Why would you not be using something that is so simple to produce? We have iPhones, we have Androids, we have laptops at the tip of our fingers all the time. They have great cameras, they have great sound quality. So why are we not leveraging this to drive connections with our potential customers and drive sales? And I think one of the biggest reasons is that people get really intimidated by video. They worry that they don't sound good on camera, that they don't look good on camera, that they don't have a great video presence, so to speak. But to be honest, I don't think it matters that much. I think that what matters is that you're making an effort to connect and communicate with people who could potentially be buying from you. They want to see your personality and they want to know that you're not just some big stuffy corporate robot. They want to see who you are and why they should be a customer of yours. So if you do fear video, just let it go. No one is judging you the way that you think they're judging you. We are all our own worst critics. So just be open-minded and try and come up with some ideas as we go through this of ways that you can use video in your own business. So there's a few goals I have today, and that's to help you understand why you need video. I want to show you some of the quick and easy ways that you can produce and edit your video and teach you some best practices about using video in your marketing. I want to make sure that you understand all the mediums that you can use to take advantage of online video, and you don't have to choose all of them, but hopefully you'll find a few that work really well for you and your business, and you can get started testing those right away. So today we're going to cover why video matters, mediums to publish your videos, how to produce high quality videos, the tools you need to edit your videos, making the most out of online video marketing, and how to develop your video strategy. So the first thing is why video matters. This is a big one. I'm going to read you a few statistics, and this is going to be completely staggering. So YouTube has over 1 billion users, and that is almost 1/3 of total internet users today. 45% of people watch more than an hour of Facebook or YouTube videos a week. That could be more than some people watch on television. Television is still a great medium, but people are consuming video differently than they have in the past. There's more than 500 million hours of videos watched on YouTube every day. So more video content is uploaded in 30 days than the major US television networks have created in 30 years. 87% of online marketers use video content, and I have to believe they're the most successful 87%. 1/3 of online activity is spent watching video. 85% of the United States internet audience is watching video online. Obviously, millennial age group, which is 25 to 34, they are spending the most time watching video. However, they're our next up and coming consumer buying group. So this is a buying group you really want to pay attention to. But there are also people of all age groups watching video online. Over 500 million people are watching video on Facebook every single day, and 92% of mobile video viewers share video with others. So that's a huge number. You want your videos to be shared. You want your videos to start a conversation. And sometimes a video is the best way for you to do that rather than text or image. And I am a graphic designer, I'm a writer, so I love articles, I love great images, but there's something about video that just connects with people. You can say more. You can get your message across in a way that you can't do in any other format. Here's a few video marketing facts. 51% of marketing professionals name video as the type of content with the highest return on investment. Marketers who use video grow their revenue 49% faster than non-video users. 64% of consumers make a purchase after watching or engaging with branded social videos. Social videos generate 1,200 more shares than text and images combined. And I will just say something about this. I have noticed that videos tend to get less likes, but likes don't pay the bills. You definitely want engagement on Facebook, but Facebook considers someone watching a video or commenting or sharing engagement. So just because they may get fewer likes does not mean they're ineffective. And I think that's one thing that a lot of novice marketers get confused on. They say, oh, this video content isn't performing like some of my other content, but in reality it is. It's just performing in a different way. People are choosing to watch instead of click that like button, which I would rather someone watch my content over liking it any day of the week. Video drives 157% increases in organic traffic from search engines. Search engines love Facebook. Video. Facebook loves video. Everybody loves video. They want to index it. They want it to rank highly. So you want to do what they want you to do if you want to beat their system. So videos up to 2 minutes long get the most engagement. However, I'm going to share some strategies with you guys of some really long form videos that have worked extremely well for me. 85% of Facebook videos are watched without the sound. That's also something that a lot of people forget about. People are not always turning on the sound. They're at work. They're in a crowded place where they may not be able to hear. So you have to make sure your video can be consumed without sound and still get your message across. Video on a landing page can increase conversions by 80% or more. That's huge. And an initial email with a video receives an increased click-through rate by up to 96%. So you're able to connect with that new subscriber in a much better way. And over half of video content is viewed on mobile. So you want to make sure it's mobile friendly. It's easy to consume on the mobile platform. So the first thing I want to talk about is some video mediums. These are not all of the mediums available to you, but these are the mediums that I like to use. Facebook, obviously, YouTube, Instagram stories, using Facebook Live, and on your website and in your emails or landing pages. Facebook, again, really wants people to start doing live videos. So the algorithm is going to work better for those who are doing lives. You get up to 3 times better engagement on a live video than you do on something that is just uploaded. And that's just on average. A lot of times it's much, much higher. They're going to continue to push that through the newsfeed. They are going to show it to people after the live has ended, while the live is going on. They're really going to help you reach farther. YouTube is obviously great for the reasons that I just mentioned. There are a ton of people on YouTube. YouTube is a place where people go to explore their interests, to research purchases before they buy. And that's a huge one. People are spending a lot of time on YouTube watching video reviews, looking at DIY videos, trying to educate themselves before a major purchase. And if you're in real estate, if you're in home improvement, or if you're in any business that is selling a product that people would want to consider before they buy, this is a medium that you want to be using. There are a lot of different ways to advertise on YouTube, or you can try and build an organic YouTube channel. Obviously, organic is going to take a lot longer, and it's going to be a little bit harder for you to get in front of that exact audience that you want. If you're a local business, you want to reach people who are in your local area, and organic doesn't discriminate based on area. Anybody can find your content, which is a great thing. But at the same time, you want to make sure that the views you're getting are views that could actually be a purchasing customer. Instagram is now adding a lot of video features. Obviously, you can only have up to 60 seconds in your Instagram feed, but Instagram stories and Instagram Live are now kind of adding those missing pieces to Instagram. So I actually got my first potential customer through an Instagram story the other day. I had done a quick video. I had tagged a location, and she had been searching this location. She liked what my video said, reached out to me. We had a meeting. I'm working on a proposal for her. So this was incredible to me. Instagram stories is something that I've only started really using heavily in about the last month. I've done a lot of research on it. It's something I'm really getting into. Instagram stories is going to be the next place where people are spending a lot of time. They're already spending a lot of time there. So you want to make sure that you are there. It may seem insignificant, but trust me, it's not. People are stumbling through those Instagram stories all the time. This person may follow you and they may have never intentionally sought out your page, but they will find you through your story and you can get that message to them. And if you do it in an engaging way, they're going to remember you. They're going to stick around and they're going to start to see and like more of your content. You can also use hashtags in your Instagram stories. And that's another way to get people who are following a hashtag to see you. This is an amazing way to reach an audience that's not yet following you. So I highly encourage you to use those hashtags in your stories, tag locations in your stories. You'd be surprised how many people are probably searching for locations just to see what's going on. So let it be easier for people to find you. That's what you're looking to do. Just make yourself easily accessible. And website, email, landing page, video. This is really big. You want to make sure that you are engaging your audience at every turn. People have very short attention spans, and reading, sadly, is a little bit going out of style. People don't want to sit and read a lot. There are totally exceptions. I write a lot of blog content and they always do really well. But I can tell you that a lot of people are not making it to the end of the article. I wish they would, because it's great content all the way through, but video is just a way to captivate people for a longer period of time without them dipping out on you. So highly encourage you to use it in every place possible. The best thing about video is you can reuse videos in different areas. Do a Facebook Live, share it to your Facebook group, upload it to your YouTube channel, put it on your website, share it in an email, write an email about what you're talking about. You do not have to create a unique video for every single thing that you're doing. You just need to get it out there in every possible way. I also think it's a great strategy to find that blog content that does do really well on your website, or maybe an email that's gotten really high engagement or open rates, or a popular page on your site, and turn that content into a video. A lot of people don't ever think about doing that, but if someone enjoyed the content in one format, odds are they're going to really enjoy it in the video format. So there are a few ways to produce high quality video without spending a lot of money or a lot of time. You don't need a ton of tools. As I mentioned before, we are equipped with a great camera, most of us, right in our pockets that we walk around with every single day. So if you are a marketer, if you are a business owner, I recommend getting one of the really good phones. I don't care about a lot of features on my phone, but I get a good iPhone because I want that good camera. I want that good video. It matters. I'd rather spend money on a phone that I use every day than a camera that I'm not going to use that often. That's a lot harder to lug around. A few things that I use to produce some of my videos that I share on YouTube or social media is a ring light. A ring light is really inexpensive. You can get higher end ring lights, but the opening price point is really low. You can get it for 30 or 40 bucks. And it produces a really great light. You can adjust how bright you want it to be so it fits a variety of locations. And it's something that I just recommend everyone invest in if they plan on doing any video. I also use an external recorder for most of my videos. Sometimes it's totally fine as is. You don't have to make a huge deal about it. But if you feel like the audio is echoey or people can't hear it very well, it's great to have an external audio recorder. And the one that I use is the H1 Zoom. I think it was under 100 bucks. Not that expensive. I've used it a lot, and it can store a lot of audio if you buy a larger SD card. So it's great for a lot of different occasions. You really just want to have a clean, nice space. I think that is one of the most important things. It doesn't have to be fancy. Get your ring light, get a wall with nothing on it, and buy a few nice backdrops and some stools. Buy a whiteboard if you're going to be doing explainer videos. It does not have to be that complicated. And to be honest, people really love the organic feel of these videos. They don't want to feel like they're being sold all the time. They don't want a high production value commercial. They want to interact with somebody that feels real. And that's what you can do by producing a video like this. Still looks great, sounds great, but you do not have to spend a ton of money doing it. A few other things that you want to do to make sure you have really high quality videos is plan it out. Do not just wing it. You will get to a point where you can just wing a video and you do not have to spend a ton of time planning this out. But until you get to that point, you really want to write a script or a rough script that has your talking points, any specific information that you feel is very important to your audience, write it down or just write a bullet point. Sometimes I will get sheets of paper, write in Sharpie marker, just a few bullet points I want to cover. I'll tape them to a wall or something that I can stand behind the camera. It's a very easy way to just make sure you don't forget anything and make sure that you don't stumble. If you forget the next thing that you wanted to talk about, it's right there. So that makes it very easy for you. You also want to have great body language, great energy. This is something that no matter how high the production value of your video, if you are a stick, if you are just a snooze fest, nobody's going to care. You want to have inflection in your voice. You want to be passionate about what you're talking about. And you want to have a smile on your face. Use your hands to talk. Do whatever you can do to show that you're energized, because people mimic the body language of others. People mimic the vibes of others. If I am really boring, really low, my audience is not going to be excited. You get them excited by being excited yourself. So those are some really simple things you can do to get the production done quickly and easily. A few things that you can do to edit your videos. There are so many tools that you can use these days. And to be honest, you don't need a million. There's a few tools that I use to edit my videos and make them stand out. For a more complex video, I will use Adobe Premiere. I find it easier to do editing on the computer than I do on my phone a lot of times. My fingers can just be kind of clunky and I can't trim and cut the way that I want to. So I do most of my extensive editing on a computer with Adobe Premiere. There are pretty much apps and programs that come on virtually every computer or phone for video editing. You do not need to spend a lot of money. Figure out how to use it. If you can't afford a desktop program for editing, then figure out how to use that app on your phone to the best of your ability, because 90% of the time it's going to work just fine. There are a few tools that you can use to really jazz up your videos, and my favorite is InShot. InShot is great for Instagram stories. It's great for Instagram videos. It's great for Facebook videos, YouTube videos. You can fit the canvas to whatever size you want. InShot allows you to add backgrounds, colors, text, emojis, whatever you want to do, you can basically do it within InShot. Videos with text on them a lot of times get a much higher engagement rate because people will know what the video is about before they watch it. So you kind of give them, hey, this is something I'd be interested in, so I'm going to stop scrolling. Otherwise, they may never read the copy in your ad. They may never read that post. So the bold text on an ad or on a video is a great way to get them to stop and watch that video initially. So InShot is great. You definitely want to download that. HypeType is another really fun app that I just started using. This is great for animated text for Instagram stories especially. You can use it for a lot of different things, but it's great for stories. There's another called Unfold that is great for stories as well. It actually lets you build a story. This is something that could be difficult for someone to kind of put together on their own, but the layouts and the formats that they give you really allow you to visualize the story that you want to tell, add the images, add the text, and really turn it into something that's captivating. You can also use Canva to create nice thumbnails for your videos, especially for YouTube. Videos with good thumbnails, they get clicked on much more than any other video on YouTube. People, again, they want to know what it's about before they click on it. They want to see that there's some type of production value or wow factor to that video. And really, a thumbnail is a great way to do that. Canva's totally free. You can upgrade to paid options, but you don't need to. They have a lot of stuff right there at your fingertips that you can create on your own. There's another tool called Clipman that I really like. This is to create e-commerce videos about products or videos on any topic, really. They don't go over 60 seconds, so they're great for short Facebook videos or Instagram videos. They also have some templates for Instagram stories. So check that out. It's really inexpensive. You can upgrade to get additional templates, but you don't have to. If you switch up the colors and the text and the topics that you're talking about, you shouldn't need a ton of templates for that. So that's another really easy one. You can create a nice looking video in 5 minutes flat. And then you can look for some royalty-free music sites if you're looking for additional music for your video. A lot of the videos that I do don't need music. They're educational. So I've never really had to use a lot of those, but there are a lot out there. We've used them for some promotional videos that we've done in the past. So check those out. Again, it does not have to be complicated. Most of these are apps that you can use on your phone, that you can create something in 5 minutes. The next thing you want to do is make the most of your video. You want to notify your audience that you are going to go live if you are going live. You want to really hype the video up as much as you can. Next, you want to use captions. This is something that I can't stress enough. Again, people are 85% of the time, they're watching these videos without sound. So putting captions on your video is critical. You can do this easily through Facebook Ads Manager. I'm not going to go over exactly how to do that today. I do have a YouTube video on that if anybody wants to check it out, but it's super simple and you need to have that. Videos with captions are going to get a ton more engagement than any video without, because you're going to lose about 85% of your audience if you don't have that. You also could do guest interviews. That's another great way to make the most of a video. You can have a topic, reach out to someone who's extremely knowledgeable, and not only will you get great content for your video, you're also going to get their audience as well, because the odds are they're going to share it with their followers, with their email list, anywhere and everywhere they can, because everyone likes to show that they've been featured somewhere. You also really need to write compelling copy for your ad or post. People are not just watching the video. They are reading the ad. They are reading the copy. And this is very important. Some people won't watch the entire video. You want to get your point across in that copy. Make it easy to read. Make it easy to scan, most importantly. Use emojis. Break it up. Get to the point. Use lists. Use bullet points. Use a call to action. Make the most of every piece of marketing real estate that you have. You also want to use a landing page or a lead form to capture the information. Use a call to action. Tell your audience what you want them to do next. Don't just give them this video and say, great, bye, thanks for that. There is a time and place for that. There are strategies where that does work and it builds goodwill. But if you are getting started in video, it's because you want to see a return. And if you want to see a return, you need to ask for that next step. You need to ask for their email, ask for the sale or the call or whatever your goal is. And then you want to tie it all back to your offer. Video means nothing if it has nothing to do with what you're selling, with what you're promoting. So make sure this content is planned with a purpose. You want to tell a story of what you know, of who you are, what your business does, how you can help. You want to help educate your audience and make things more clear for them, more easy for them. So don't forget that video is great, but video without a purpose is pointless. You may get some great viral video one day, but if it has nothing to do with your business, how are you going to monetize that? You're not going to. So think about it before you plan these videos. And finally, how are you going to develop your video strategy? There are several things you need to consider. And the first is what I just mentioned. Who are you trying to sell to? Who are you trying to reach? These are the people you need to be creating this content for. You're not making it for yourself, you're making it for them. So identify those buyer personas that you want to reach with video. It can be all of them, but they're all going to have different types of content that's going to resonate with them. So write it down, get your avatars listed out, figure out what their biggest pain points are. That is some of the best video content, is simply creating videos based around pain points of your audience and finding solutions for them. The next thing is, how do you come up with all this content? Well, I just mentioned a way just now. Come up with their biggest pain points. Come up with a video that addresses those. You also could think about the most asked questions of your customers. What questions come up time and time again? There clearly is a need for that content. Again, you could look at your popular blog content or popular blog content from your competitors. What are their followers engaging with? What posts, what stories, what are people really getting excited with in a similar industry? I mean, obviously your industry, but with a competitor, someone in a different market. Take that information and turn it into your own video, because 9 times out of 10, it's going to work for your market as well. You could also identify things that are really confusing for people. That's often been where I've gotten some of my best content. Maybe this would not be a question someone would automatically ask, but I've come up with a cool way to lay something out simply for the consumer. What are they struggling with? How can I create a formula or a strategy or a step-by-step guide to help them with this thing? And those can be hugely impactful. You can also tie things back into pop culture. I just did a really great video the other day on how to get the Joanna Gaines fixer-upper look for your home. This is something that is going to showcase a lot of products, hopefully get people to buy into those products because they love Joanna Gaines. Seeing her name, seeing the name of her show is going to be something that gets people interested right off the bat, even if they have no idea who this business is. And then you want to choose those platforms. As I mentioned, you do not have to be on every single platform. I personally think it's better to focus on a few rather than to try and do them all and spread yourself too thin. Unless you're going to try and repurpose your content for every medium, which is totally possible. Really figure out what your audience or potential audience on 1 or 2 platforms would want to see and try and really focus on those. You're going to get a lot of data, a lot of feedback. You're going to find what works and what doesn't. And then after that, you can take your strategy and expand it. You should also develop a content schedule. Putting anything in writing is going to make you follow through more than anything else would. So decide, do I want to make 1 video a week, a video every 2 weeks, even a video a month? You do not have to do this every single day, but you do need to be doing it. It's done rather than perfect. Do not fear that it won't be perfect. Just do it, get it out there, and odds are you're going to help someone. You're going to learn from it, and you're going to do better next time. You also need to think about your budget. Are you putting money into these video ads? Are you promoting it? I personally believe if you're going to spend a decent amount of time on video, you should be willing to invest money into it. Facebook Lives, Instagram Lives, IGTV, things like that. You don't have to spend money on that. It's a great way just to connect with your followers and showcase your expertise. But when you're really doing a set of very well thought out videos, your end goal should be to get that in front of as many people as possible, whether it's Facebook ads, YouTube advertising, whatever it may be. So think about that, decide what you can afford to spend, and start putting money into it. And I can guarantee you, when you know you're going to be investing money into it, you are going to try and do the best job possible because you don't want to waste that money. And then what's the next step after your videos? Typically, you should not just be doing 1 video and leaving it at that. You want to either drive someone into a funnel or you want to retarget them. So a retargeting strategy that I've used for a while has 3 videos. The first video is either going to be agitating a problem or outlining a problem. The second could be further diving into that problem. And the third video could be the solution. That's a great way to go. You could also do a series of educational videos that tie into the next. You're going to retarget each person who watches a percentage of that first video. They're going to get the second video. Whoever watches a certain percentage of that second video gets the third video. So you are making your audience smaller, but they are a more qualified audience because they want to be consuming this content. So if you've done a good job of tying your videos back to your offer, then they're really interested in what you do. You don't want to be wasting money on a completely cold audience. You want to be spending the money on people who have shown interest. So don't think of this as one video and done. Think of it as a retargeting series of videos. You could do video paired with blog content, paired with e-commerce products. There's a lot of ways you can do it, but it doesn't end with that one video. That one video is only the beginning. I suggest choosing a video for your first step as something that's going to appeal to the broadest audience, but that will still show a high level of interest if that person watches 50 to 75% of it, depending on how long that video is. So I've done a lot of videos that are long. I'm talking 5 to 8 minutes. And a lot of people would be surprised that they are watched heavily. People are sitting through these videos. Of course, there's a ton of people that watch 25% or less, but even 25% or less of an 8-minute video is up to 2 minutes. That's a long time for someone to sit and watch on social media. So I am really able to build this strong connection with the people who are watching. It's perfect for the retargeting strategy because I can be a lot more aggressive with my offer of people who've watched 50 to 75% of that video because they've already invested quite a bit of time watching that, learning about that. I know they're interested, and I'm not just wasting my ad dollars throwing an offer at people who don't care. I would encourage you to test different lengths of videos, longer form videos, shorter form videos. Again, around 2 minutes tends to get the most engagement. Does that mean they're all going to turn into buyers? No. You will get a lot of people who like and share and comment, and that's great. It's going to help get your message farther. But if you really want to refine your audience and find those ideal customers, longer videos can be a really great choice. So I hope this has been helpful. If you guys have any questions, just drop them for me in the comments. I'm going to do a private Q&A session with my students. So thanks so much for joining me, and hope to see you on the next one. Thanks so much.